What's going on, guys? I've been very excited with this Vikings franchise series, and with the expanded rosters, I will be playing the preseason. And now, before I tell you guys some of the roster battles I've created for my Vikings, I'd also like you guys to leave a lot of feedback for this series. Comment on who you think should make the team, who should get cut, and so on. I want to try and get you guys involved so this series is a lot more fun and we can really go deep into this franchise mode and make it an awesome experience. And now, don't forget that this is preseason. We can also scout the teams we're playing, and if they have a third stringer or a guy on the depth chart that's really low that impresses us, maybe we can pick them up and add them to our team if they're cut. But I want to get you guys involved in this franchise, and so leave your feedback on whatever you want to comment about in the franchise, and hopefully we have a lot of fun with this series. Now, since it's preseason, I'll be showing almost every play so we can see how more players play and we can evaluate them, because the preseason is really a lot more about evaluation and making decisions rather than just highlights. And now we're about ready to get underway at LP Field in Tennessee to take on the Titans. But here are some of the position battles that I have created. We have the third down running back spot, which is open right now for Lorenzo Booker and the undrafted rookie running back out of Georgia, Caleb King. And I'm not sure if I want to carry 4 running backs, so someone's going to have to get cut. We also have the third D-tackle spot with Christian Ballard and LaTroy Guion. Fullback is wide open. They have Ryan D'Imperio, Davion Rucker, and Antoine Bolton. I want to keep one fullback. The real Vikings didn't even keep one, but they make you in Madden. So, if for wide receiver, I know we're keeping Michael Jenkins, Percy Harvin, and Bernard Berrien, but the rest of this is wide open. I want to carry 5 wide receivers, so we have to pick 2 out of these 4. Greg Camarillo, Stephen Burton, Devin Aromashadu, and Emmanuel Arsenault. We have the strong safety battle with Jamarcus Sanford and Tyrell Johnson. That is probably going to be one of the most key matchups, as they're both very closely rated to each other, and they're both fairly decent safeties. We also have the backup defensive end spot with DeAndre Reed, the rookie, and Avery Hale. And then we have linebackers. I don't know how many I want to keep, but we need to have some for special teams. We have Lenzel Barton, Xavier Adibi, Brendan DiBenedetto, Marquise Franklin, and Larry Dean. And so we'll get into the action in a little bit now, and McNabb overthrows his target, picked off by Jason McCourty. Not a very good pass by a guy who's going to be leading our offense this year. And so Hasselbeck takes over. He's the new quarterback in Tennessee, and we're controlling the running game very well. Chad Greenway, who just signed a long extension with the Vikings. I'm not sure if that's updated in Madden. I'll have to check, because he's a guy I would want to lock up for a long time in my defense. And we get offsides there, and Hasselbeck's able to get down the field despite the penalty. And we're still playing pretty good against Chris Johnson. Chad Greenway getting it on the stop once again. And we're able to hold him now to 3 points with a good stop when they try to run it up the gut with their fullback. And now we'll give it back to the McNabb run offense. And Adrian Peterson going to be a big part of our offense. I'm a running type of player, and he's the strongest offensive player we have. And McNabb on this play looked very finicky in the backfield there. He's sacked. He settles down after a while. Now, out of the full house, he needs to make some chemistry with his receivers quick. He finds Bernard Berrien over the middle for a first down. Going to need Bernard Berrien to step it up this year. And now McNabb looking for his tight end, Kyle Rudolph. We're going to be running a lot of twin tight end sets with Schenko and Rudolph. I think we can really get a lot of mismatches with some teams' linebackers. And, of course, Percy Harvin's always going to be a weapon. And I want to try to use him in multiple situations like the actual Vikings do. And also we have Toby Gerhart now. We have the second teamers in, and we're hoping that he can be a good power running back that can spell Adrian Peterson when the time is needed. And we see his catching ability here on this screen pass. The guys in front of him really blocked very well. And now Ponder trying to lead the team down the field and get a score. Toby Gerhart goes nowhere on that play, so Ponder's going to have to do it with his arm on 3rd and 9. Drops back, looking right for Devin Aromashadu, who will be just short of the first down marker. And now we have another position battle right here. We have Ryan Longwell versus an undrafted rookie kicker with 11-mile-an-hour wind and 100% kick power. The kick from 49 yards out is not even close. You're cut. See ya. Fruin, I don't even know how to say your name. You're not on this team anymore. First down and 10, and now Jake Locker's in the game, the rookie quarterback. Both teams here in this game have rookie quarterbacks that have veterans in front of them, but probably the veterans will only be here for a year or two before Jake Locker and Christian Ponder are the starting quarterbacks. And now Jake attempting a pass on 3rd and 8 and overthrows his receiver, much like McNabb did. It's picked off by Chris Cook, who had a knee injury last year that kept him out of most of the season, and he's going to need to be a big-time performer this year, as the Vikings are still looking to find another guy that can line up opposite of Antoine Winfield and eventually take his spot, as he's a 12-year veteran. And we're just pounding the ball with Toby Gerhart. I'm really impressed with our backup line, and we also have to look at that fullback spot. I mean, you don't often look at the fullback, but we have 3 fullbacks on this team. We got to find the right one for us that can lead the way for Adrian Peterson, although AP does not like to run behind a fullback, and so probably not going to make him do it that often. And Xavier Adibi gets a sack on Jake Locker. We need those linebackers that can provide quality depth and also make big plays. And then the pass from Locker to Mariani is just short of a first down. We'll skip ahead now to the Vikings punting after a 3-and-out, and we're looking at guys that can provide good special teams quality and make clutch tackles. And Marcus Sherrills makes a nice tackle there, stopping the returner in his tracks. And now Locker working out of the gun. He takes off in a great block by whoever pushed Franklin out of the way. Locker picks up a first down. We'll skip ahead now to 2nd and 5. Locker's still working out of the gun, and he steps up again, but Franklin is there this time, and he makes his presence felt as he lays a shoulder right into the quarterback. Definitely don't want to see your quarterback of the future getting hit like that in the preseason. But Locker goes down once again. The Vikings' pressure was very good from their depth. But Christian Ponder back at work trying to see if he can do anything before the half is done. And he makes a nice pass to Emmanuel Arsenault, not giving up on the play. They would not score at the end of the half, but that is still a very good play by the rookie quarterback. And now enter Lorenzo Booker, who will get a lot of time at the 3rd down back spot. And he's also going to be battling Caleb King, although I don't think there's much of Caleb King in this game. And the pass from Joe Webb, who is now in the game, is off the mark. I'm kind of thinking about moving him to wide receiver or another position, but we also want the quarterback depth there. But Webb takes off there and should have slid, but takes the hit, and he fumbles the ball, giving the Titans the ball in Vikings territory. And now the Titans' 3rd-team offense in the game, Brandon Duncan, the undrafted running back out of Ohio State, takes a carry for 9 yards. And now Brennan Murray, he's under pressure and put down by Christian Ballard, a guy we're going to have to take a lot of hard looks at. He possibly could be one of the defensive tackles of the future for us. But Murray, standing comfortable in the pocket, slings a pass right to Damian Williams for a first down. The Vikings secondary needs to play well this year, and they need to have the adequate depth. But once again, Christian Ballard is relentless, wanting to get the attention of his coaches, and he's doing a great job. But Murray comes back and finds Mark Mariani for a first down. He gets inside of the 5-yard line. Now out of the goal line package, Murray pitches left to Brandon Duncan. It's an easy touchdown for the Titans. They take the lead 10-7. We'll see Joe Webb take another shot at quarterback. He goes over the middle and slings a bullet to Stephen Burton, a guy who's battling for a roster spot. And now out of the full house package, the handoff goes off tackle to Lorenzo Booker, a guy we're hoping that can make a lot of noise in the 3rd down back spot. But the Titans get the ball back, and look at Brandon Duncan outrunning the Vikings secondary. Jasper Brinkley finally catches him and trips him up at the 3-yard line. But what a run by the Ohio State undrafted rookie. And to finish off the drive, Duncan caps it off with a 3-yard touchdown, his 2nd on the day. Joe Webb still trying to find his groove as a quarterback. He's sacked on the play by Derek Morgan. Joe Webb on 3rd and long, looking over the middle for Stephen Burton. It's not enough for a first down. The Vikings would punt. And Murray goes back and giving it to Brandon Duncan once again, who goes up the middle for 9 yards. Brandon Duncan having a tremendous showing here in his first preseason game. The handoff goes right to Duncan again, but Hale puts him down. Doesn't want him running over this defense anymore. 3rd and 2, Murray drops back to pass, looking deep on the left side, and Damian Williams comes down at the grab in between 2 defenders. Poor coverage gets him down to the 1-yard line, and guess who they're going to give it to? Brandon Duncan, but he's not going to get into the end zone on this play, tackled by DiBenedetto. But the next play, Brandon Duncan finds the end zone, a trio of touchdowns for him on the day. What a big day for him. Joe Webb all day to pass, but he's going to take off and run, and he doesn't slide once again, but this time he holds on to the ball. Webb now on first down for the Vikings, out of the shotgun, slings a bullet left to Emmanuel Arsenault, a guy who's come over from the Canadian Football League and is looking to make it onto an NFL roster. But on 4th down later in the drive, the pass is well off the mark from Webb. Not good. but he's only going to be our third string quarterback anyways. And meanwhile, Brennan Murray hooks up with Lavelle Hawkins over the middle, who is shaken up on the play, and that's another thing we got to focus on. We got to limit the injuries. We don't want to go into the regular season with some key guys out of the lineup. Murray's looking very impressive on the day, hooking up with Ahmad Hall, the fullback, some poor tackling by Larry Dean. But what's this? Chris Cook forces the fumble and Asher Allen picks it up. What are the first teamers doing in the game? This game does that when you do the substitutions in preseason, and so from now on, I gotta manually switch everything in the middle of the games about 4 or 5 times so I don't see the veterans and the first teamers when the third stringers are in there trying to battle for a roster spot. Meanwhile, Brandon Duncan, up to his old tricks, over 100 yards on the day. What a game for him. That was just tremendous. This could be possibly a guy we want to look at to possibly add to the team later, but you know, our running back situation, we have a pretty fortunate one with Adrian Peterson and Toby Gerhart and a couple of decent third down backs, but we'll keep them in mind. The game is drawing to a close now as Brandon Duncan clinches the game with another first down carry. And so don't forget, guys, leave your thoughts in the comments section about what you think of some of the guys on this team. Who should we cut? Who should we keep? And is there anybody on the Titans that you saw besides Brandon Duncan that may be worth taking a look at? But right now we have to cut 4 guys, and we're cutting Seth Olson, Justin Fruin, whatever your name is, your horrible kicker, Tyler Piper because we don't need a backup punter, and John Cooper because I trust that Brandon Fusco can be our backup center or possibly be one of our guys that we switch in on rotation. And so this is going to conclude the first preseason episode of the Minnesota Vikings Madden 12 offline franchise. Hope you guys are enjoying the action so far. Can't wait to get into the regular season, but it's also fun playing this preseason now that they've made franchise mode much better. And so we'll be importing a draft class for the coming draft in 2012. We have a whole season in front of us, and I hope you guys are ready for this series to really take off. And I'm really hoping a lot of you guys do leave a lot of feedback. I'm really looking forward to reading some of the comments. I read all the comments anyways, but especially for this series, I will be the ultimate boss when it comes down to the decisions, but I'm really looking forward to what you guys have to say, and we'll probably be doing a lot of this stuff in my live streams as well, which I'm looking to get back up and going here in the next week or so. And so next week, preseason week 2 is against the Seattle Sea Chickens. We take on Tavares Jackson and Sidney Rice, ex-Viking players that we're looking to put a hurt down on. And so we travel to Seattle next week, and I cannot wait for that episode. And so until then, I hope you guys are enjoying this series so far, and leave your feedback in the comment section. Looking forward to reading it.